Welcome to Women Entrepreneurs Spotlight podcast series, where we interview women entrepreneurs and share their story of their journey. Why did they choose to become an entrepreneur? What obstacles were there to work through? What kept them from giving up, and so much more. I'm Deborah Mata. I'm your host for Women Entrepreneurs Spotlight. We'll talk about what the future looks like for these women and what advice they would give the next woman entrepreneur. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Women Entrepreneurs Spotlight podcast series. Hi, Cal. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Well, I want to thank you for being here with me. And Good Morning Delmarva had this to say about you. Callum Toner is a 16-year-old rising musician from Delmarva. She wrote and performed her very first song at only 10 years old. Since then, she has performed at over 10 festivals and was a pre-opener for Coldplay on the Xfinity Live Bud Seltzer stage with her band Scattered. She also has released her third single. I started following you last year, and I love your voice. It has been described as soulful folk. Is that how you would describe it?
I have no idea personally how I would describe it. To me, it's honestly, soulful folk is an incredible way to describe it. But I don't really know, because I don't do the listening to myself. Other people listen, like my mom. My mom's a big listener, so I guess.
Yes, yeah. So from what I have been listening to, like I said, since last year, I would go with the soulful folk. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have to ask, what was it like for the being the pre-opener for Coldplay?
That was exciting, but of course, being like 14, dumb teenager, I was just like, oh my god, it's Coldplay. But I wasn't like, oh my god, it's Coldplay, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like, okay, we're here at this gig, we're just here with Coldplay. It was, looking back on it, I don't know how I wasn't as excited as I am now about it. I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But now I'm like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So
I do know what you mean, because now, when you talk about it and you look back at it, it's like, oh my God, that was me. So did you have like any nervousness or jitters, or you were?
I have no idea. I don't really get nervous anymore. It's kind of just like, I get excited. I get very excited. And the only time I get nervous is when I don't get to go on stage. That's when I start to get nervous, is when I'm not on stage. When I'm on stage, it's kind of mellow and relaxed.
And you're just in your center of yourself and doing what you love to do, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so tell me, when did you first start singing, or when did you first start knowing that you had that voice?
Well,
and wait, I heard it was at a young age.
It was, so I started humming in the crib, actually, when my mom would play the snow globe wind up things. I would hum along with those, and she would also play like some children's songs, and I would just hum along to those. Maybe when I was about like 4 months old, I started to hum, and then as maybe 3 is when I really started to sing. 4, 5, 6, there's a couple videos of me out, actually, that my mom posted. Thanks, Mom. That she posted of me when I was about, I'd say like 4 in that video.
Yeah.
And I was singing. I still don't even know if I have the voice. It's hard when it's yourself,
right.
But sometimes I think I sound good, and then other times I'm like, ew, you know what I mean? But I think around like 11, 12, maybe 10 is when I was like, okay, I can really sing, you know?
And so around age 10, where did you go with your singing?
School. I was on the morning announcements, and I was like playing my ukulele, and I was like, I wrote the song for the teachers. So I would play on morning announcements. Oh, I was on a cruise, and there was this open mic, and I think I was 11 or 12. And that was the first time I had ever sang in front of a real crowd. I got up and I sang a Grace Vanderwaal song. And I remember being so nervous, and I messed up the song, and I almost started crying. But the person who was running it, he walked over to me and he gave me a hug in the middle of the song, and he started singing it with me.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the best. It was the best thing ever. And that was my first performance in front of a real crowd, like just singing by myself.
Wow.
I think I was like 10 or 11.
Do you think that kind of catapulted you into your singing career?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a character building moment, honestly.
How did you learn the ukulele?
Was self-taught. I was begging my mom for a ukulele, and my pop-up finally bought one for me, and I right away was just on the computer, on my phone, like searching up the chords. I never watched videos. I always would just look at the chords on this app that I have. I looked it up and I never liked people telling me what to do, so I would always figure it out myself. I looked it up and I was like, this looks right. And I'd play it. And I was like, yeah, that is right. So everything
Wow.
I'm totally self-taught
Wow.
on. But now I do have a guitar teacher. But
What about
back
voice?
then,
Do you have a
my
voice
voice,
mentor?
I don't.
No.
It's just I don't like people telling me what to do when it comes to my profession.
Well, you're doing something right. Look at you, a year later, just from me following you, you have matured. Your voice has matured.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
So, are there musical people in your family? Do you have other people who sing or play instruments? Are you it?
I am it. My pop-up he plays guitar and he sings.
So he has an ear for it.
Yeah, and my dad, who passed away, but my
Oh,
dad, he used to play and he would sit me on his lap while he played piano when I was younger, and he always played by ear and he would sing and he would play. And I guess that's kind of where it's almost started. It
mhm.
kind of started with that.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely awesome. Is Scattered your band that you put together, or was Scattered already formed and you joined the band?
Scattered was a group effort, but I'm no longer in Scattered, but it was more of a group effort. My mom actually came up with the name, I think.
Did she? So then, what made you switch from the band going to be a soloist?
The band, I wanted to do different type of music and they wanted to do a certain genre. And we kind of butt heads over that a little bit. So I figured that I just needed to go solo and not worry about other people at the moment. And I really just wanted to do a certain type of music. They wanted to do another kind, so we just split.
Just
And I
mutually
found that
split.
solo works a lot better for me too, unless I have a band for a bigger festival. But
Gotcha.
otherwise, solo works a lot better for me.
Okay. And was it hard? Was it a hard decision for you to leave the band, or did you always think you would end up being soloist?
For a minute, it was hard. It was a hard decision because,
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you definitely like to being on your own, and you've
yeah,
grown so much. Who manages Callum Toner Music?
it's a group effort. So it's me, my producer, my photographer, Sunny, he's with at Outer Control, and then my mom. All three of us. Oh, and then one more person. Her name's Nikki. She does all my cards, all my stickers, my website. So it's just the four of us that are kind of working together with photography, production, website, and just social media. It's kind of all of us as a group.
Together. And does it all work? You all work well together?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we work extremely well together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And having your mom in the mix also, does it balance out? Do you bump heads?
All the time.
But I know she has your best interest at heart, always.
Yes, I believe she does. It's definitely hard working with someone who's your mom but also your manager. It's difficult. And yes, but it's also work, so you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely, right? And I'm
Yeah,
sure, the other people that help you along too, have the same outlook, helping you and wanting to see you succeed.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I know this past year has been a whirlwind for you. You just finished being at the Ladybug Festival. Do I have that right? Ladybug.
Mhm.
What was that like?
It was really, really cool. I went to that festival, I think last year or the year before. I think it was last year. That festival is always really fun. They always have like super cool jewelry, clothes, and musicians, and the vendors are awesome. They always have like super cool stuff too, but the musicians are fantastic. And I love that it's a female lead band or like a woman empowerment thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do. Gretchen Emery, who I interviewed last year, Gretchen Emery Band, she was there.
Mhm.
So yeah, one of these times I'll make it up that way. So where do you get your inspiration for your songs that you write?
It's usually experiences. I write a lot based on experience. I find it very difficult for me to write songs or make up stories. It has to be based on experiences, whether they're negative or positive or odd. It always has to be from my own personal experiences. But I also find inspiration from other musical artists that I listen to as well. But it's usually from just my experiences that I've been through.
And I can hear that in your music. I mean, that comes through. So that definitely works for you more so than, maybe what another musician might, find inspiration from.
Yeah,
You have a very soulful soul.
thank you.
Being in a recording studio for the first time, feel like you were in a dream? Or were you nervous? Or were you just loving every minute?
I was loving every minute of it. I honestly, I was so excited to be there. I just wanted to sing so bad, but everybody had to take turns and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, just let me sing. I just want to sing. Um, I was so excited to be there.
What was the first song that you recorded?
I recorded Killing Me Softly by the Fugees.
Oh, nice.
That was my first song that I ever recorded. I have no idea where it's at now. I never
Did you find
received
it?
the CD copy of it, but
Oh,
that
wow.
was the first song that I recorded.
All right. And now you have your third single that you've released, Captivate It.
Hmm.
I love it. I listened to
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank
And
you.
so what inspired that song?
I had somebody very close to me who was not moving, but they were going to college. And it was tough on me at first. And the first couple months I was just reminiscing and remembering, and I was hurt because it felt like they were kind of happy to leave me behind, or just leave where we live and where what we've been doing and who we are, and they just left us behind and left it alone and just went.
That's hard. That's a hard one.
It is
Absolutely.
hard, and
Oh,
that's where the
yeah.
song kind of came from. And it was I wrote that song in like 20 minutes. It was hard. It's better now, but it was very difficult, and it was just
It's hard for both parties, both sides,
yeah,
you being there and then the other person leaving, doing something else. Do you
yeah,
find that your songwriting is a therapy for you? Do you find solace in
absolutely.
it?
Girl, I didn't even let you finish that question. I'm sorry, but absolutely it is for me. And I'm sure it is for a lot of other people. It's so therapeutic for me. Like, I could write how I feel down, and it could be in the song, and people wouldn't even know if it's actually how I felt. That's almost the best part, is that some people won't even know if it happened to me or not.
I don't know about that, Callum, because I know that, when you sing from a place within that really does resonate your feelings. I
That's
think for
true.
now.
That's true. You caught me. You caught me. That's true.
So for now,
That is true.
you
I
know,
That's also true. I guess I sing with all of my emotion,
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
everything. So yeah, that's true. I guess people will know, and they probably do know. So,
Absolutely.
oh well.
Yeah, and that's the best part of you. That's the best part. Absolutely. Oh my God, don't even apologize for that one. So, who does inspire your music? Where do you find your inspiration? I know you mentioned there were other musicians.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people that inspire me musically. There's Phineas, of course. His production, his lyricism, his talent. Oh my gosh, he's so talented. Definitely Phineas is the biggest one at the moment. Amy Winehouse has inspired all of my previous songs,
Wow.
and one that isn't out yet, but it's called Told Ya, and she really inspired that song musically. But there's just so, like, My Chemical Romance, really, and Billie Eilish was a big one for me too.
Mm,
Like,
she's big.
when I was 11 to 14,
Hmm.
she still inspires me. I'm in love
Yeah.
with her, but she was a big inspiration for me for a while.
She's right she is definitely right up at the top.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So what's been the best part of your singing career? I mean, I know you love to, write your songs and sing. Is there,
Yeah.
is there that one takeaway?
Like a show or like the best
Yeah.
thing
What's the
that,
best part? Do you like the traveling? Because I know that you are all, up and down from Maryland,
yeah,
Delaware. Do you go up to Pennsylvania?
I do. I go up to New York. I pretty much I will go anywhere to play my music. But the traveling is a really good part. But I'd say that it's the people that I meet is my favorite part. And I was talking about my producer Sonny earlier, but he's probably the best thing that I feel has happened to my career. He's definitely a good thing.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you have a lot of good people in your camp. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
definitely.
feel like I do.
So, what's next for you? Where will you be performing? And where can people find you? So, do you have a website?
I do. So I have Facebook, which is Cal Toner Music, and then my Instagram is Love Callum, so it'll be LUVCALLUM. And in both of the descriptions and bios of my social media accounts there will be a link to my link tree, which has my Spotify, it's basically my website, but it has link to my Spotify, website, Facebook, Instagram, and SoundCloud and iTunes and whatever. It has like all my stuff to it.
Awesome.
So
And so you play at venues, you
yeah,
play at festivals. Do you do private events?
I do private events. Yes.
And would they contact you through the Facebook or Instagram link
Yeah.
tree for that also?
Yeah, they would contact me via email, Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram, anywhere really, is perfectly fine. But yeah, I do private events, birthday parties,
That's cool.
graduations, weddings. I do anything.
So you're going all the time
Yeah, every
on the
day.
road
pretty
a lot.
much.
You're amazing. You are amazing young woman.
Girl.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully still playing music. If not, I think it'd be cool to be, I don't know, a mortician. It'd be cool. But I have my heart set on music, but a mortician would be cool.
And it's funny you should mention that because I have worked with somebody that had gone to school for that also. She did it for a
That's
while.
cool.
She liked it. Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. So it's always good. You got plan A, which is going to be your music, and you have a singing career in front of you. And then you have plan B.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be sharing the interview on R2RB podcast series and Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. Your determination and dedication to your craft is one to be applauded for someone of your age. I hope that other young women who might be afraid to start their singing career, the message they take away is that with a little determination and dedication, anything is possible. Callum Toner, you are awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to tell my listeners about you, your music?
Go listen to my new song.
Absolutely. Captivate it. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Spotify.
It's everywhere, girl.
It is
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
You have to go like it. You have to buy it. You have to share it. You have to follow it because it is so important. And this is the other part of me is that I love doing this with local artists. I've been, I talk to a lot of them. I do a lot of their music on the radio, but it's so important for everybody to know that is what is important to the local artists. Follow them, like them, comment, buy the CDs, buy the singles, download the music, pay for it, and then just keep talking about everybody, right? Well, Cal, I appreciate this. You have been a joy to talk to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I hope we do this again because I want to follow up. I've been, like I said, I've been following you and I'm going to follow up with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. So fun. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Women Entrepreneur Spotlight podcast series. You can listen to the podcast on www.womenentrepreneurspotlight.buzzsprout.com or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find us on Facebook at Women Entrepreneur Spotlight, and you can email us at womenentrepreneurspotlight@gmail.com. Until next time, keep being awesome.